Prince William and Princess Catherine are more in love than ever as Kate is gradually returning to work. Plus, Jason and Travis Kelce reveal what it was really like to meet Prince William. King Charles has a new portrait while Princess Anne returns home. And Prince Harry is under fire for an upcoming award and is accused of destroying evidence. We've got that plus so much more in today's Royally Yes. Hey everyone, I'm Christina, that's Christine, and welcome to Royally Yes.
My hyperfixations are all coming together again like they were last week. And we also have a little bit of drama this week. I know last week we were like, oh, there's no drama, it's so nice. But now we're obviously back into the juicy stuff.
So let's get right to it and start off with King Charles's new royal portrait. And this one has fans drawing pointed comparisons to Jonathan Yeo's divisive painting. So a new photograph of Charles was released on June 29th with the caption reading, "A new portrait of the king has been released to mark Armed Forces Day. His Majesty is Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Services." The photograph features His Majesty wearing his Field Marshal #1 full ceremonial frock coat with medals, sword, and decorations. Several royal watchers immediately remarked in the comments section that the portrait was way better than a previous one that the monarch posed for. Christine, where do you stand? Which one do you like?
I'm going to shock everyone. I love the Jonathan Yeo portrait. He actually also just did a portrait of Sir David Attenborough, which is equally as beautiful. I appreciate them as complex sort of works of art because everyone loved this new portrait marking Armed Forces Day because it's a very traditional, very classic portrait, especially of the king. So I appreciate Yeo's portrait being something a little bit different and a little bit more interesting. Obviously, the traditional one, everyone's loving it. It's such a good likeness of King Charles, and it probably will survive the history books a bit better. But yeah, I love how much these portraits, it's like the only time you'll hear social media actually talking about art and really discussing art in a critical way is when it's a royal portrait. So I think that side of the story is really fun.
That's so true. I love it. Hey, whatever sparks a conversation, good or bad, is a good thing. Moving on over to Princess Anne, she has returned home after being hospitalized for minor injuries and concussion on June 23rd. The BBC and Sky News reported that she was discharged from her hospital on June 28th, and she has returned to her Gatcombe Park estate. In a statement, they said, "I would like to extend my warmest thanks to all the team at Southmead Hospital for their care, expertise, and kindness during my wife's short stay." Buckingham Palace said that the royal will not return to public duties until doctors say it is safe to do so. Glad that she is home and on the mend and recovering, and luckily this was just minor injuries and a concussion.
Yeah, I'm sure this is, in an abundance of caution. It's hard to believe, but Princess Anne is in her 70s. She is, older, although she's an incredible workhorse. She's such a hardworking member of the royal family. I just know she is so annoyed by all of this, and she just wants to be back to work and getting back into things because she's so committed to her duties and just, I think it keeps her going, you know what I mean? I'm sure she's hating this time on the sofa, but obviously it's what's best for her, and hopefully the doctors give her the all clear very soon.
Definitely, yes. Health is most important as long as that she is staying healthy and doing her rest, but yes, I'm sure it is incredibly frustrating. Moving on to probably both of our favorite stories of the week. So Jason Kelce's highlight of meeting the British royal family was actually Princess Charlotte. I don't blame him. He said the former NFL player opened up about meeting Prince William and two of his children while he was attending the Eras tour. Jason said on the New Heights podcast, "I gotta say, Prince William was fantastic, but the highlight was Princess Charlotte. Prince George was great too. She was so effing adorable. I cannot express how. I don't know, maybe it's because I have 3 girls now. She had fire to her. She was asking questions. That was the most electric part of the royal encounter." Now, they praised William and Princess Kate for encouraging their children to engage in conversations with adults. Travis talked about his encounter with William, calling the Prince of Wales the coolest mother ever. I don't know if William has been described like that in public before, but he added, "I didn't realize this because obviously we're backstage meeting him because he was there with little George and Charlotte, and they were an absolute delight to meet." He admitted that he wasn't sure about royal protocol when greeting the royals. He said, "I wasn't sure if I was supposed to bow to them, curtsy, just be an American idiot, and shake their hand." I love this. Jason then explained that he and his brother did get a warning about how to greet the royals. Jason said, but they said that because we we weren't at like an official royal event, we didn't need to bow or curtsy. If it would have been a royal event, they would have had to do that. But they still referred to him as Royal Highness. This is such a fun story. I think this is so great. Like, just referring to Prince William as a cool mother effer is just, I love it.
This is so fun. If you're an Anglophile, this episode of their podcast is well worth listening to. But we always love these sort of behind the scenes. Like, it's particularly good because it's Travis and Jason Kelce after the Taylor Swift Eras tour in London. But anytime we get these sort of behind the scene glimpses of meeting the royals and what they're really like, sort of behind closed doors, we all absolutely love it. This is just I love that this story just keeps giving. Like, Travis and Jason are, they don't have that sort of prim, polished excitement to reading the royals. They're like, that guy was so cool, it's a real different experience. But I think it shows how no matter who you are in all different walks of life, there's a great deal of respect for the royal family. And the royal family, Prince William, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, are able to sort of charm people no matter where they go. They have that magic that goes along with them. So I loved this sort of behind the scenes glimpse. I obviously loved another story bringing sort of Taylor Swift and the royals together in any capacity. This was such a fun, all these anecdotes are so much fun to listen to.
So much fun to listen to. Like you said, it's always nice to get these behind the scenes glimpses of what they're really like, behind closed doors. And this was really fun. So thank you to Travis and Jason for giving us the tea. Speaking of spilling the tea, this story is getting a lot of traction this week. So the mother of U.S. hero and former NFL player Pat Tillman slammed ESPN's decision to honor Prince Harry with the award named after her son. So Mary Tillman said that she was never consulted by the sports network to give the Duke of Sussex the Pat Tillman Award, which honors the late NFL safety turned Army Ranger who enlisted after the September 11th terrorist attacks. She told the Daily Mail, "I am shocked as to why they would select such a controversial and divisive individual to receive the award. There are recipients that are far more fitting. There are individuals working in the veteran community that are doing tremendous things to assist veterans." Now, the Pat Tillman Award has often been given to the unsung heroes, with last year's recipient being the Buffalo Bills training staff who revived Damar Hamlin, who suffered a cardiac arrest in the middle of the game. This is going to be given out at the ESPY Awards coming up, but a lot of people are kind of divided on this one. He is being awarded because of 10 years of the Invictus Games, which does honor the veterans, and I feel like he has done tremendous work for veterans. So I think she's also upset that she wasn't consulted about this one as well.
Yeah, I think it's such a difficult situation, I think. And unfortunately, again, the story is sort of taking a downward turn because Prince Harry's being awarded because of 10 years of the Invictus Games, which most people don't know about. It's sort of, we all know about it. And if you follow the royals, you know about the Invictus Games, but most people out there don't know about it. And I think that's where they're sort of addressing the unsung hero aspect of this. But obviously Prince Harry has a tremendously enormous platform when he chooses to use it. And I suspect that Pat Tillman's mother is considering all of those unsung heroes who have absolutely no platform. And so, yeah, it's sort of, I agree with her saying that it's divisive in the sense that Harry's work with the Invictus Games is incredibly admirable. He's done so much for wounded veterans, and it's not necessarily well known outside of the royal sphere or outside of the military sphere, but the conversation has just taken, like we said, a downward turn. Now it is sort of a controversial choice, which is a shame for all parties involved.
It really is. It's something that should be celebrated, not something that's going to cast a dark shadow over this, because it is such a special award that's handed out to, people that are well deserving of it. And like you said, it's kind of a toss up whether you agree with that or not. But either way, Prince Harry will be up on that stage at the ESPY Awards receiving this award, and we will be talking about it. So we'll keep you posted. In other Prince Harry news, now he has been ordered to explain how potential evidence has gone missing in his lawsuit against the publishers of a British tabloid after he was accused of destroying documents and communications. So attorney Anthony Hudson, representing the publisher of The Sun News Group newspapers, which is NGN, told the court on June 27th that the Duke of Sussex deleted drafts of his 2023 memo memoir Spare, as well as messages with the book's ghostwriter J.R. Moringer. So the judge said the lack of documentation was rather remarkable and gave him cause for concern, adding it was not transparently clear about what happened. And the judge asked Prince Harry, who was not present in court, for a witness statement explaining what happened to the messages between himself and his ghostwriter and whether any attempts were made to retrieve them. Prince Harry's attorney accused NGN of transparent, old-fashioned fishing expedition. It seems like they are going back and forth about this, but to be accused of deleting evidence and kind of getting rid of things, probably not a good look for Harry right now.
Yeah, this is quite a serious allegation, really. But I think this really highlights, we've spoken about it before, where these lawsuits don't ever bring about good news for Prince Harry. I mean, it's just, it digs up these old stories. It really brings these negative things to light. And to what end? You know, luckily it seems like, fingers crossed, they've sort of slowed down on suing everyone left, right, and center,
right.
and sending out all these letters. But there's several lawsuits that you and I have even said it's hard to keep track of them all, and what direction they're going in. And issues like this just bring it all back up again, and then it's another negative story about Harry and Meghan, and it's not moving their work forward. It's not moving their philanthropy forward.
Right. No, you're so right. It just casts a negative light, and they don't need the negative attention right now. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. All right, well, let's wrap it up by breaking down the royal rules. And in this week's Us Weekly cover story, we are exploring how the future is beginning to look a bit brighter for Kate and William. A source tells us that Kate's parents' attendance at the Royal Ascot on June 19th is definitely a sign that Kate is doing better. A second source says that Kate's been enjoying the balance that comes with having more time to take care of herself, but that she's eager to fulfill her public duties. A source tells us that Kate is passionate about mental health initiatives, children's education, and supporting healthcare workers. She's gradually returning to her work responsibilities. Both sources say that Kate may attend Wimbledon this July, which just kicked off. As we know, she's the royal patron of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club. She said it's not yet decided and they'll wait to see if she's feeling up to it, but she wouldn't go with William. Wimbledon is just a Kate thing. We always love seeing her in attendance, so hopefully she does. And the first source also said that there will be even more family time this summer when the crew heads to Norfolk for a beach holiday. Source says when they're together as a family, William and Kate are in their element. The kids bring them even closer together. So it seems like things are definitely on the up and up after, we saw her at Trooping. Not confirmed if she's going to be handing out the trophy at Wimbledon, but, we'd still love to see her.
Yeah, I think that it's as you said, on the up and up. Positive optimism from here forward. We know Kate's taking her time to heal, both mentally and physically. This has been a tremendous toll on her, but everything we're hearing so far makes us sort of hopeful. We might see more of her. We know that she's feeling better, and we know that she's taking the time that she needs.
As she should, definitely should. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Royally Us. Let us know in the comments what you think about Prince Harry receiving this ESPY award. And if you're looking forward to seeing Kate at Wimbledon, fingers crossed. Christine, thank you so much as always.
A nice week of royal stories, a little bit juicy, a little bit fun.
We love to see it. We love to see it. All right, we'll see you guys next week.